Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome again to Travel Talk. I'm your host, Mickey Mark, and always joining me from the East Coast, and soon to be from the lower 48 East Coast, Mr. Neverland Nate. What's up, buddy?
Did you really just almost call me Mr. Loverman? Mr.
No.
Loverman.
Mr. Neverland. What's happening, brother?
Yeah,
What's a
man.
little bearing
What's
behind you?
happening? Yeah, huh? I replaced my mugs. I don't collect mugs anymore. Now I just drink more rum.
Let's
How's
see,
Texas?
1, 2, 3, 4. It's good, man. We've actually got somewhat of a cool summer. It's been not as hot. I mean, actually, Florida's been hotter than here, so you know, it's been going well. How about you guys? You guys have been staying cool up there?
No.
No?
It's been hot as hell. It's been hot as hell. Like hot, hot, hot. It's been brutal. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been pretty it's been pretty bad. But we had some storms roll through the last couple of days, which just made it really humid and hot. So
just preparing you for the coming weeks ahead when you move back.
That's it.
Move back down to home.
3 weeks.
Wow.
3 weeks, and that's it.
21 days or less? Or are we
I think
under
it's-
20 days?
How many days are in August? 31?
Yeah. So we got 12 more days of August left.
It's 21 days. We moved in 21 days.
Nice, dude. I'm excited for him. Stoked. Hopefully, we'll be kicking back with a nice cold one on the first. So we'll be sharing a brewski at Magic Kingdom.
We're working on it. I already have. So we have 2 previews to Ratatouille right now.
Nice. So
Yeah,
somebody
we
I
have-
know also has a preview, and I wasn't fortunate enough to get one, but that's fine.
Yeah, we got
I'll,
September 16th and I think the 18th as well, because pass holders get one,
And
if
DVC.
you're gonna DVC. So yeah.
So did you get both? Being that you are both, because I haven't. You're the only one I know that's gotten both. So
Yeah, we got both.
nice. So when is your DVC one? Is that earlier in September?
No, I think our DVC one is the 18th and our pass holder one is the 16th. But obviously we know cast members and stuff like that have already ridden it, and they said prepare yourself, because it's apparently it's the same as Paris. If you've been to Paris, it's the same ride, but it really is quite an amazing adventure. So I'm looking forward to it. There's no drops, so it's fine. But also, I've been on Pirates like 12 times in the past 6 weeks. So
If you can handle Pirates, you can handle it. So I mean, like, if you can handle
Anything.
Pirates, you can handle Rise. I don't know why you won't do Rise, but that's just me. So.
gotta wake up early.
Well, let's talk about that. So, there's been some. I mean, not rumors. I mean, there's been some confirmed people saying that you can get on Rise of the Resistance with standby walk-on, no boarding pass.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's not guaranteed. So still wake up, still go through the motions of getting it, or trying to achieve it at that pre-7 o'clock virtual queue. But yeah, they have been opening up the line and been like, "Oh, hey, what are you doing, Mr. Customer? Yeah, why don't you just come on over here and just get
Come on in, yeah."
So
I saw that. Obviously we saw the reports of that happen, but I also saw another report that 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon, I think it was like a Tuesday a couple of weeks ago, there was boarding groups still available past the 1 o'clock cutoff, which was, I mean, I don't think that's ever happened since they started implementing the virtual queue. So, I mean, does that seem like the crowds are going down? Are they getting better, more efficient?
I think it could be, because Florida went back to school 2 weeks ago, so that really cut down on people, and everybody going to school relatively. I mean, I'm up in Pennsylvania, and our 7-year-old is now in school, so that's more people not traveling. And I heard that the parks are. You go look at Pandora 2 days ago, I think it was. And it was a 15-minute wait to get on.
Wow.
To get in anything. Anything was about 15 minutes, so it was pretty crazy.
So yeah, I mean, I guess that would indicate possibly, that the virtual queue. I mean, we do know virtual queues are here to stay. Chapek said that. Demaro said that. But it's funny to see them teasing the standby when they push that virtual queue so hard. So I don't know if it's maybe like a pilot program or a test or whatever.
But then we have there's a whole slew of things about to open. So let's just jump right in. Let's start talking about the elephant in the park, because it's all over the park.
Let's just let the genie out of the lamp. What do you think?
There you go. Rub that lamp.
Introducing a new way to get more out of your Disneyland or Walt Disney World visit. Disney Genie Service. It creates your best Disney day, inspired by the things you tell us you love. and offers complimentary new features to make planning easier, including a personalized itinerary creator, seamlessly mapping out your day with continuing updates. Disney Genie does the work while you have the fun. Want to make the absolute most of your time? Purchase Disney Genie Plus service with your ticket to use our new Lightning Lane entrance at a variety of attractions. You'll save time in line as you make one available selection at a time throughout the day. You can also purchase a time to arrive at 1 or 2 different individual attractions each day using the Lightning Lane entrance. Disney Genie service. It's all coming this fall. You never had a friend like this.
All right, so there it is.
So everybody hit the brakes, okay? Everybody, we understand that it's a paid service, but also you have to think about what the paid service is going to give you, okay? If we look right here, because we were looking at this earlier, you look at the Jungle Cruise over there on the right, and it says standby lines 40 minutes, or included with the Disney Genie Plus for $15 per person per day. You could say, okay, well, I'm going to get in line at Jungle Cruise for 1 o'clock, and you're going to get into that Lightning Lane or Fast Pass, however you want to think about it. Obviously, we're all used to the Fast Pass situation, so it's going to be that same line, but just being able to do that at 1 o'clock. And I understand that it's not top tier or what the tiers are going to be. We're going to learn about what the tiers are. Well, obviously, it's going to be Seven Dwarfs. It's going to be Slinky Dog. It's going to be, but also Rise. Rise of the Resistance is going to be a paid, addition. These people who are waking up, we wake up 6:30 in the morning. People are sweating. You're off the Wi-Fi. You're standing on a balcony with your foot above your head, trying to drink a coffee, punching your kid in the mouth, trying to get on a ride. Now you can just pay for it.
Without having to pay for a VIP tour or something of that nature, right? So.
Right, and I just had clients that were there and just got back, and they were on the VIP tour, and the tour guide said to my client, so, what do you have on there? And she was like, well, can we do Rise? And he's like, let's go, get on. I mean, it was like, it wasn't a question. It wasn't like, let me see what I could do, work some magic. He was like, get on the ride. Here we go.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
And that's one of the new updates that just happened just this past month, actually, the beginning of August, that Rise of the Resistance is now available to Signature Services, aka VIP tours, as part of their package. So you don't have to have a boarding group to ride Rise if you're in the VIP tour. So that's another little plus, of course, of that particular package. But like Nate's saying, with Genie, it won't be part of that $15 a day extra inclusion, but you'll be able to spend whatever the price is going to be for that particular ride. And for what we do know, it's going to be dynamic, right? So if you go at 5 o'clock on a Tuesday, it may be $10 a person to ride. But if you go at the same time on a Saturday, it may be 15 or 20. So everything's going to obviously change with attendance and peak time, stuff like that. So and all that's going to be coming, right? So that's the information we have still yet to hear from Disney.
Yeah, they haven't released it yet, so don't jump into My Disney Experience and try and download the My Genie. It's not there yet. We have a webinar that we registered for today.
Tomorrow.
That's next. There's one tomorrow, there's one Monday, and there's one next Wednesday.
Right. So, there's all kinds of updates coming down the line. But the key thing is here, you're not going to have to download a separate app. Genie will live inside of My Disney Experience, so the Walt Disney World app that you have now, or Disneyland, depending on which park that you're visiting. It will be for, we do know, annual pass holders. So if you're an annual pass holder or a Magic Key holder, which is a new pass holder program at Disneyland, at launch, you'll be able to purchase day of your
day of your trip, unless
you're
DAS.
Right, unless you're DAS, which we're going to get to that in a minute. So let's say if you're going tomorrow to Magic Kingdom and you got a park pass reservation, you're an annual pass holder, and you're not staying on site, that's the key. At park open, you'll be able to make your selection. You'll be able to, you'll be able to purchase it the morning of. So basically 12:01 a.m. or whenever the clock moves over on Disney's server. But you won't be able to start making your selections, your ride selections, kind of like how FastPass was, until the park opens at regular opening time. Now, the caveat to that is if you're staying on site and you're an annual pass holder, you'll get to do it at 7 a.m. So kind of like the virtual queue system, right? At 7 a.m., you'll get an early admission to basically make your selections before general people do. So that's kind of a benefit there if you're staying on site. So that's one of the things that it's kind of tied to Fast Pass that is still around. If you're on site, you're going to get a little bit of a head start.
Sure.
Of course, if you're a Disney Resort guest with a ticket and room package, that same 7 a.m. window is going to apply. So again, you get that little head
Plus
start.
the extra 30-minute entrance to the parks. Let's not forget
Right.
that part either.
Right. If I know Disney, they're probably not going to have a lightning lane or anything during that extra 30-minute hour because it's only going to be resort guests. It's kind of like
Right.
extra magic hours. It was limited to begin with. They don't have to limit it even further. So
Sure.
we do know there will be a benefit, obviously, to staying on site and using Genie. Now, we just saw there's Genie and Genie Plus. Genie, Disney Genie, is free, complimentary for everybody. So what we just saw, this right here, over on the left-hand side of the screen, okay, where it says My Day, that is free, okay? Over on the right-hand side, that is also free. But you see where it says Lightning Lane? If you don't have Genie Plus, it's going to be a paid per person, per attraction admission. So if you get Genie Plus, you'll get certain attractions included, one or two ahead of time, and then one at a time, unlimited throughout the day. But if you don't have Genie Plus, then you'll pay for each Lightning Lane attraction that you want. Again, the per price will change based upon the attraction, time of day, so on and so forth. It will be dynamic.
And I don't want people to think that this is just about attractions, okay? This actually plans your day for you, okay?
Correct.
It helps you. A lot of people get very flustered and overwhelmed when you're at Disney. Look, I was there. I'm a pro at Disney. I'm not going to sit here and float my boat, but being at Disney, I'm fine. But it would be really nice, or it's going to be really nice, to look down at my phone and be like, okay, the virtual queue for, or the standby line for this is 30 minutes right now. And then my kid's going to punch me in the mouth if I don't go get him something to eat real quick, and we do a quick service and stuff and something like that. But then after that, I can get in the Lightning for Pirates, so all that stuff, and it's going to be one at a time. So with the Lightning, with the Genie Plus, you'll be able to pick one attraction per time. So, okay, I want to Lightning this right now, and then you go, and then after you do that, then you can make your next selection. So it's just like Fast Pass was, where after you go through your three, you can do one at a time after that. That's how this is going to operate from what we're being told. It's going to be...
Except for your initial, right? So that morning of or whatever, you get to pick up to 2.
You get to up to 2, right?
Right, yeah. And those will be just like Fast Pass was, which we're pretty sure is the way it's going to be, a tiered system. So the tier 2 or whatever you want to call it, the more less popular but more frequent rides, Peter Pan, Dumbo, Splash Mountain, stuff like that, will be probably tier 2. But then your tier 1, Seven Dwarfs, Slinky Dog, Rise, those will be ones that you'd have to pay that extra for, whether you have Genie Plus or not.
So let's take it real quick and just say Magic Kingdom, okay? So when I go to Magic Kingdom with my family and stuff like that, like we want to ride Jungle Cruise, we want to do Haunted Mansion, we want my family's not running the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train to try to get on that. I know a lot of people do, and we might be the exception to the rule, but I think that there are a lot of exceptions to the rule of people who are looking to do those iconic ones.
Yeah, the thrill seekers, the mountains, right? The big ones. So, yeah, if you're a family of toddlers, right, and you yourself aren't a big adventure roller coaster guy, so yeah, somebody like your family would definitely benefit from Genie Plus.
Oh, hands down! I can't wait for it. Take my money, Mouse. You got all my money for this.
Yeah, because you guys would be able to.
Yeah,
you'd be able to do all kinds of stuff, right? You get to plan ahead of that morning. But what, like he was talking about, it kind of helps you plan your day. So when you first set up Genie Plus, or Genie for that matter, it's going to ask you what you like. What's your preferences? What's your family preferences?
What's your rides?
Yeah. Do you like princesses? Do you like Star Wars? Do you like Mickey and Minnie? Do you like thrill rides? Do you like kiddie rides? It's going to take all those different options right into account, and then it's going to help build, like it says, the perfect day. So let's say you show up to Magic Kingdom, and park opened at 9 a.m. You get there a little late because you guys had breakfast or maybe you slept in.
Sure.
You get there at noon. So by noon, the park's pretty packed, right?
Yep.
So you get there and you see just a sea of people, and you're like, man, where do we go? Do we go left and go to Adventureland? Do we go right? Do we go to Tomorrowland? Do we go to Fantasyland? Where do we go? Like, you can open up the times and say, okay, well, it's 45 minutes for Peter Pan, and it's 25 for It's Small World, and 35 for Haunted. But what's the best way to attack this, right? Okay, well, you open up Genie, and Genie says, okay, hey, you're over on Main Street. It's 12 o'clock. Right now, historically speaking, you should go get in line for Buzz Lightyear because it's only a 25-minute wait. And then after that, we're going to send you over to the Teacups, which is right next, right down the street, basically, because that's going to have an even, lower wait time when you get off. And then after that, maybe
do you want to do poo? Because we know you have kids. Like, I really think it's going to envelop your family, and that's what I like. I like the fact that they're going to help you plan. A lot of people out there do reach out all the time. I have clients all the time and Mark, same thing, and we're constantly trying to be like, but what do you want to do? What are your top three? Knock one off, and let's figure out your two that you want to do. Okay, your kids want to ride Peter Pan and It's a Small World. Well, those are two very big wait lines, and those are going to be on your Lightning Pass. So you'll be able to, Genie is just going to help get you to the things that you want to do. And is it going to be paid for the rest? Absolutely. But no one had a problem when it was extra fast passes for $50. Now it's 15 and maybe an $8 or a $10 surcharge to ride the ride that you want. You know what I mean? That's not a terrible thing. $10 to go to, all right, $40, everybody gets to go ride Seven Dwarfs. I mean,
well,
like,
let's
you're
take
at
the paid part
you know?
out of it, right? Let's just take the Genie Plus. Let's just talk about Genie. So not only is it going to tell you where you're going to, want to go next as far as what you based upon your like, but let's just say it's, it's in the afternoon time. You're going to do a ride, and then it knows, okay, it's about time for lunch. You might want to think about having lunch at Cosmic Race Starlight Cafe, getting that milkshake or whatever. And it's going to say, hey, if you plan to eat around 1 p.m., it'll say you might want to order your food at this time. So it's going to tell you.
It's just helping. It's just helping.
Yes.
That's what Genie is doing. He's helping you the whole time.
Because if you've ever used mobile service, and I'll give you an example, Woody's Lunchbox, the smallest kitchen at any theme park. Woody's Lunchbox is overrun with orders from the minute the park opens with mobile orders. Yep. Because it's mobile
Woody's
order only right now.
Lunchbox was a 4-hour wait last time. 4 hours just to get a Pop-Tart and the tater tots. What do they call them?
So, the tachos.
Tachos.
Yeah.
The best
So
thing in property is quick service.
Yeah, imagine you're walking around, you get off a Slinky Dog, your child's hungry and wants some tachos. Great, let's go get some tachos. And you walk over and it's a 4-hour wait to get tachos. You think your child's going to understand? No. They're going to probably have a meltdown and throw a fit.
But you can get on Midway Mania right now with Lightning Pass. That's going to be included, probably going to be included.
That wasn't the point I was making. The point I was making.
No, but I'm just saying, helping you get through the park, helping you kind of divert the breakdowns and the screaming and things like that. I really think it's going to help all of that.
Right. But what I was getting to is with Genie at 9 a.m. that morning, you would have gotten an alert saying, "Hey, if you want those tachos, put that order in now." You know what I mean? So
yes, Darren. It's per person, so it's going to be $15 per person per day.
Right. So
just for the Genie Plus. Yep.
If you've ever been to Disneyland, it's similar to how the Max Pass system works. So it is a per person per day expense.
Call them all out, Corey. Come on, call them all out. Get them all in here. We're trying to answer everybody's questions. Absolutely.
So so for what we know, it's for Disneyland, it's $20 per person per day. For Walt Disney World, it will be $15 per person per day for Genie Plus.
Right.
That's the paid option. Now, again, Genie, the regular Genie service, this
is free.
Is complimentary.
Correct.
Genie Plus, the key being the plus,
gives you those second tiers. Yep.
Right. That's what you're paying for. Now, on top of that, Lightning Lane access, you're also going to get certain photo lenses that you'll be able to unlock within the My Disney app.
You get Minnie Mouse hanging on your shoulder that you can selfie with. There's going to be so many things.
If you have the Snapchat filters for, I think it was the beginning of August, end of July, they did like a 3 or 4 day preview. It's basically going to be that technology, but it's only going to be exclusive to the Disney app and if you have Genie Plus. Not to mention, this is what I thought was really cool.
Photo Pass. Photo Pass is $169 if you buy it before you get there. $169, and it's going to be included with that $15 a day. I mean, that's pretty dang good.
Here's the other thing I thought was kind of cool. In that Genie Plus service, there's going to be audio commentary or guided tours, so to speak. That let's say you walk up to the right in front of the castle, and where the Mickey statue is with Walt, there'll be a button you can tap, and you'll be able to hear a special, whatever it is going to be. It could be a story, it could be a guided tour of that particular
Probably
area.
a quick quip, something.
Yeah, an audio snippet of some sort that you'll be able to unlock and listen to that only the Genie Plus people will be able to. So it's kind of like having a guided tour guide in your pocket, and you'll get little,
Right.
tidbits of information that you won't be able to get otherwise without it. So that's kind of cool. I mean, it's almost like a scavenger hunt to go unlock different things around the park and just kind of get like a little history lesson. So, I mean, I like the games that they had at Magic Kingdom that you used to play.
With
card games.
with the cards.
Yeah, so-
Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of like what it feels reminiscent of, right? You get to kind of go around and unlock those different portals, so to speak.
Definitely, I definitely agree. And of course, if you're on some of the social media sites and some of the groups and things like that, remember that this is new, so people are very uneasy about. Well, some people are very uneasy about. I have to pay more. I have to do this, but you're not. It's not just about that fast pass mentality. There's so much more that Genie Plus is going to do. It's going to help you plan your days. That's so key. It's so key because number one question I get asked, so what do I do? What do you mean? You know what I mean? That's my follow-up question. I have to ask a question. What do you want to do? What are you looking for? I want to ride Pirates. Well, for that $15 a day, you can go and get in line for Pirates in that Lightning Pass. That's going to be complimentary. So those kind of, again, touching on like my family and things like that, Haunted Mansion, Jungle Cruise, Pirates of the Caribbean, Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin, People Mover, things like that is going to be very easy. Okay.
Well, make sure you're not confusing people. Genie and Genie Plus are two different things. Similar
Right.
service.
No, but I'm saying the 15 a day.
Well, you said 15 a day, but then you said complimentary. The complimentary is the planning service, which you just saw. I'll put it back on the screen.
$15 a day. The $15 a day comes with the tier 2 rides is what I meant by complimentary. And it looks like I wish it would scroll down for Space Mountain to see if that was part of it.
I'll see if I can find
You know what I mean?
a different screenshot. So
yeah.
But again, it's the free versus the paid.
Aaron, you're so right. I agree with you 100%. Like seeing like what's happening, what you can do. I think Epcot's going to be awesome. I think they're going to be able to institute so many things around the countries with this that's really going to take people to the next level, as opposed to just waiting for 2 rides. Obviously Ratatouille is going to be on the same virtual queue, same as Rise of the Resistance, or it's going to be a paid one, just like Rise of the Resistance will as well. But we'll touch on that in a minute, what we were talking about during our pre-show. When Mark and I just sitting here and drink.
I've got a better breakdown. So let's do this. So let me add it in here. Hold on. There is the paid one, and there is the free one. Okay. So let's pull up Disney Genie. Okay.
There we go.
So,
complimentary.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
So here's the complimentary service. So you get the personalization and the made easy and spontaneous planning, right? So that's what we talked about. Like Nate said, you walk in, you want to do Pirates, great. After Pirates, it's telling you should probably go do, Jungle Cruise. Then you should head over and do Aladdin, whatever. Then we talked about the flexibility where it's going to suggest, different dining reservations, different quick service, shows. There's a parade popping up here in a few minutes. You might want to get in line or might want to pick your spot out for fireworks at this time, stuff like that. That's free, right? That's complimentary. This is basically what replaced FastPass. This is the free.
This is also going to take into account wait times. So you're not going to have to get into the app, scroll to the park you're in, open it up and see which rides are which. It's going to be right there for you based on the things that you like. So Genie's going to learn what you like and show you what's available, the wait times for it, as opposed to, well, is that Peter Pan or is that Small World or, that kind of stuff. It's going to be laid out for you. So it's actually helping you. And this is the complimentary one. So they're actually giving you more than you get now. So here's the Genie Plus.
So this is what the paid for service, again, $15 at Walt Disney World, $20 at Disneyland. And it says right at the top.
Per person, per day.
Yeah, the next evolution of the Max Pass service. So Max
Hmm.
Pass service, if you've ever used it, it's honestly it's really great. I loved it.
Hmm.
When I did it at Disneyland, there is really no other way to do Disneyland without Max Pass. I'm sorry,
Right.
it's just the way it is, and it's affordable. $15 a day per person is not that much. We're talking the cost of a quick service meal per person.
Right.
Okay, so what? I'd forgo one meal to be able to do Lightning Lane for multiple attractions.
$15
Absolutely.
is a popcorn bucket.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. It's a
Yeah.
popcorn bucket. It's $15 for a popcorn bucket.
Yep.
Now refills are $2, but to get the popcorn bucket full of popcorn is $15.
So let's talk about Lightning Lane. It's just for whatever reason they chose to rebrand
turkey
it.
leg and a coffee.
It's Fast Pass. It's just what we've known to be, and that's what it's always going to be to us who've been there and know it. For everybody else who's never known Fast Pass, they'll call it Lightning Lane, and that's why
Right.
Disney's rebranding it, right? Because they got to call it something different so that they don't confuse people. So your Lightning Lane Fast Pass is good for most attractions. Okay, I would say 90% of them. Okay, you go to Magic Kingdom, there's over 20 different attractions. I would guarantee you at least 20 of them are on that Lightning Lane, Genie Plus service. There may be
Your
4 or
Pirates,
5.
your Jungle Cruise, your Haunted
Right.
Mansion. Those are all going to
Dumbo.
be you pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, I don't want to confuse people real quick, Mark, not to interrupt, but Fast Pass was 3 per day, book them 60 days out. This is the day of your visit. The day. I'm going to
Yes.
Magic Kingdom tomorrow. Not tomorrow because it's not, actually working yet, but let's just say it was already instituted. Tomorrow I'd be able to wake up at 7. I want to go on. I'm going to be at the parks at 9 o'clock. At 9:30, I'm going to, do Jungle Cruise. So as long as the Lightning Pass is active for that at that time, instead of waiting in the hour and 10-minute queue, which can go all the way back across the bridge. We all know that. So sorry, go ahead. Just wanted to say, I just didn't want people to get confused. 60 days out, you can start booking and things like that.
Right. Yeah. It's just like, I mean, honestly, the COVID really has really done wonders for Disney World.
The situation.
Yeah, it's basically leveled the playing field when it comes to dining reservations, when it comes to the rides and stuff like that. Because I mean, to be honest, who knows what they want to eat, what they want to ride, what they're going to do 6 months in advance. I mean, yeah, you're going to Disney World, but it's going to take you 6 months just to figure out everything there is to do and come up with some sort of a plan. You don't.
But
have
I
to
like
do
what you
that
just
anymore.
said. Levels the playing field. So now it's the day of. Okay, I'm going to Animal Kingdom, or let's just say we'll stay on Magic Kingdom. Magic Kingdom,
Right.
and a Jungle Cruise is the first thing I go to. It's either Haunted Mansion or Jungle Cruise. First one I go to because those are the two that I love the most.
Right.
And those are going to be included in the $15. That's what I meant by complimentary earlier. But yeah, you get it.
Yep. So you get the Lightning Lane. You'll get your 1 or 2 that you can pick before the park opens at 7 a.m. And then once you've hit that second one, and done it, then you can start making them one at a time.
One at a time. Yeah.
Unlimited for the day. So just like how FastPass was after you hit your first 3, it was one at a time, unlimited until the park closed. That's going to still be the same effect, right? You'll still get one at a time. Once you go through that turnstile and hit redeem, get on the app, choose your next one while you're waiting in line to load the attraction. That's not changing.
Nope.
It's just changing the name. So again, the other extras you get, we talked about that the Disney Photo Pass extras. Basically, you get unlimited photo downloads from your day at Disneyland, and then you get the special AR lens at the Walt Disney World Resort. So we're going to learn more about this. I don't think it's going to replace the Memory Maker photo package at Walt Disney World. It obviously has already been replaced at Disneyland with Max Pass, so this is just continuing that. But it's going to give you special lenses that you can't unlock with any other package. So if you don't have Genie Plus, you won't be able to do that special mini over your shoulder, that kind of thing. When it comes to the Memory Maker, like the on-ride photos, the photographers, the super zoom shots, that kind of stuff, I still think we're going to have Memory Maker around for a while. But of course, we'll find out in the next couple of days or so.
It could definitely get integrated with all of these updates, though. I mean, even if you look at the graphic right here, you're seeing the photographs, you're seeing the pictures, you're seeing film view, which means that there's some sort of video that's going to happen.
Yeah.
And obviously they're saying digital extras are even more fun. I think they're going to roll things out as this continues. Obviously, they're getting hit with a lot of scrutiny right now.
Sure.
I don't want to pay. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. You have to understand what you're getting, though, for $15. $15 is nothing if you look at other theme parks. any theme park, any of them. Okay,
Yeah.
you got to pay to play everywhere, and it's obviously we're in a time right now which is very tough for a lot of people. A lot of people are coming out with their heads held high, and that's what Disney is trying to do as well. Is just show people that look, it's going to be a few extra bucks, but look what we're giving you. It's not just here's Fast Pass, but you pay for it now.
Right.
It's so much more than that. It's planning your day. You know, understanding that your kids might want to leave halfway through the day. You want to go swimming halfway through the day, but at 4 o'clock you can come back and lightning pass. You know, Pirates. You know, that stuff. That's a big step. That's a lot of stuff that you don't have to sit there first thing in the morning and be like, I got to do this. Especially the Rise people. And I know that there's been a lot of questions about Rise of the Resistance. I'm switching over to Hollywood Studios real quick, and it's just these people waking up, and we see it every single morning at 6:59 and 59 seconds. There's 48 people who have already posted, I didn't get it. I didn't wake up. I was on the Wi-Fi. What did I do wrong? How come this didn't work? And it's like, but now you can just bypass that, pay for it. Oop, I heard a boop, which means our friend. No, you do it because if here we go. Hey, Pat.
What's going on, guys? Sorry for the late entrance.
You know, just talking about
fine.
Genie.
Have you been listening to us babbling and trying to calm the nerves of everybody?
I have. I had it on the background, so I was trying to catch as much as I could.
Well, to kind of pick up what Nate was saying, what I'm really excited about is the fact that once we as planners get familiar, and this is just like it was when the Disney experience came around, once we get familiar with it, once we maximize the power of it and figure it out, it will allow us to make our clients' vacations even more magical, because you're going to basically get the power of my expertise, Nate's expertise, Pat's expertise in the palm of your hand with computational power times 1,000, right? It will be able to make recommendations and make decisions for you faster than we can type a reply to your text. So you literally open up the app and Nate says, okay, we should start a Jungle Cruise. And then after that, Genie takes over.
Yep.
So that's what I'm looking forward to, is helping our guests.
A lot of people like you, Darren. There's a lot of people like you. They're just not seeing that yet. They're just not understanding it yet.
Honestly, for me, I can't wait for the training, because I definitely need more information.
See, Corey gets it. Corey gets it. Corey understands exactly what I've been trying to say for 34 minutes and 12 seconds now. You know what I mean? Like, oh, good for you, Corey. Good for you.
Yeah,
I think October is going to be amazing.
Training, right?
So the more training we can get. You know, right now, a lot of it is like, we have an idea. This is what we think. Right. I want to get to the point where this is what it is. This is what we know. And once I have a better understanding of that, I think it'll help in explaining that upcharge.
Right. So Pat, did you watch the 9-minute and 38-second video that's on DTA?
I did.
Because Mark's like, you got to watch this, and I was like, I've got to do this, and I've got 100 things to do, and then I watched it, and I was like,
it was very informational. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
They answered.
I was like,
that's
it for $15. Like, you get all that for $15. I mean, that's kind of ridiculous.
But here was the one thing: it was $15 per person or per ticket.
You don't know when it's going to roll out, Darren. You don't know when it's going to roll out.
So, for a family of 4, going for 5 days, that's about $300. So for them, that could be 2 really good meals, or that experience. So
I mean, you have choices to make on every decision, on every trip, right? So I mean,
absolutely.
And Disney knows that, right? So Disney knows that. But here's the thing: this is not meant to be for everybody. The Disney Genie Plus service, the paid for, right? So and Disney knows that. That's why there is the free alternative.
Yep.
It's just like. I mean, I'll use the example. I mean, you can go on YouTube and watch YouTube videos all day long, but you're going to hit a couple ads every now and then.
Yep.
Right? You don't want the ads? Great. They got a product that's ad-free.
Pay for it.
Yeah. Right?
And
what about games on your phone? Games on your phone. I play a game on my phone all the time, and it's like, you want to pay for ad-free now? And I'm like, fine. You know what I mean? But this is Disney. Right. This is your vacation. This is your stress-free. Just like Corey said, this is to make it less stressful for you.
Absolutely
stressful.
Yeah, no, and plus they also give that option of one that did Genie Plus service. has that free option, and you can do it pay as you play almost.
Right. So even if you don't want to do the $15 a day and you just want to get one time on Rise, one time on Seven Dwarves, great. You spend $40 here, $50 there for a family of four, whatever, and you're only paying. You're not locked into something to be able to pay to play. So, because that's what would have upset me the most is if you were forced to get Genie Plus just to be able to get the pay to play model. That would be a nickel and dime, which this is not what it is. So
And like I said, and I think that for me, I wanted to get that more information from the training and just get that better understanding, because that's what I thought. And I just want to make sure that's confirmed.
Yeah. That's what everybody wants. So all we can do is speculate right now. But I think that video yesterday really showed us, like, you're not just getting this, you're going to get this, and we'll elaborate more. You know what I mean? Just that kind of dangle the carrot. But here's the meal. Here are your sides. Yeah. But to be able to plan your day, to show you what's open, to at least give you those tier 2 lightning passes. I'm sure there's people sitting around a table right now going, all right, how about this though? Can we make this a tier 1? Can we make this that's all happening still. Yep. Obviously they would have just rolled it out and smacked us all around with it. Yeah. But
plus, it'll be interesting with the upcoming changes with the DAS passes.
So let's talk about that. So right now, currently, and for those of you who don't know what DAS is, it's the Disney Disability Access Service. So this basically comes down to if you're not able to wait in a traditional queue line for whatever reason, whether it be a physical handicap, emotional handicap, whatever, Disney doesn't ask questions. They have a service that allows you to basically go and get a return time equal to the posted wait. So, for example, if it's 55 minutes for Seven Dwarves, you go up and you get a return time 55 minutes from now, and then you have just like a fast pass, you have a 1 hour window to come back and ride that attraction. You can only get one at a time. You can't stack them up, yada, yada, yada. So, Genie...
The floor recognizes Pat.
Go ahead.
I was actually going to say, my son has autism. So we just experienced this for the first time in our trip in July.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is essentially... It made it like we had a fast pass for every ride that he was able to go on.
Correct.
Because, he is one of those kids that he struggles in a long line. He's going to be wanting to run off to the next thing.
Short attention span, right? He's got to go.
Thing,
right.
But at the same time, that's when the autism just kind of kicks in. So it makes it hard.
Sure.
But he qualified for that. That being said, it was definitely very useful and good to know as a parent that you're able to go to all these rides that he really wanted to go see because, he's on the YouTube and he'll watch the rides and he's pointing at, Slinky Dog and Splash Mountain that he wants to go on them, but he's not willing for that wait. It was great to know that we can go up there, get a return time, and then, go to something else that doesn't have a very long.
Let me ask you this, Pat, that people want to know. How did you set up that DAS service? Did you have to call ahead?
There you go.
You got to Disney World?
Excellent.
Did you have to do it at your hotel? What did you do?
What we did for this trip is our first day, we went to Magic Kingdom. We went directly to guest services. We
outside the park or outside the ticket line, right?
Inside.
Oh, inside. Okay.
We had
already through the turnstiles.
So we had to go inside. So we had to have everyone in our group with us at the time. And basically what happened then was guest services, evaluated him, based on Q&A that we had and, determined he qualified for the pass, made us, everyone in our group that was present with us got added to that pass. So when he got on a ride, everyone else was eligible to join him.
Now, do you have to do that each and every day of your visit?
No.
So if you're staying for a week, they can set it up for the whole week?
Let's put it this way, not only the whole week, but if you're going to return within 6 months, it qualifies then as well.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Can I also say that I appreciate the fact that you said he watches the YouTube? Because I'm pretty sure that's what my grandparents would say, the YouTube. I like how you address it as the YouTube.
Let's put it this way. It's created its own little world, so I now refer to it as the YouTube because he's
okay, great.
It's something we would do kind of like getting the excitement going. It's like, do a POV of some of the rides and things like that, just to get the hype up and watch fireworks and whatnot.
Sure, get him ready.
He caught on to that and loves it, so...
Hey, Good for him. Good for him. So the reason I was asking that question, Pat, not just so people can know, but if you would say, how long did that process take you to go get a DAS pass to get it activated? 30 minutes, 45 minutes?
The longest part was the wait.
Right.
The wait in line for the guest services. Once you're out.
All right, so can you take us through that real quick? So you walked into the park, you scanned your magic bands, you went in, you went left.
We went left. We went right to
City Hall.
City Hall.
Right.
Yeah.
I just want people who are watching this to know what happens, because there are a lot of people who do have disabilities and stuff. So please go ahead. Sorry.
So like I said, we went through the tickets, we went through security, we entered the park. We see Main Street, but we have to go to City Hall first. So we went right to City Hall.
Which is right before the fire station on the left-hand side, folks. If you don't know where City Hall is, it's a little building over on the left. Go ahead.
So, once we're in line, we waited, honestly, like 20, 30 minutes. And then we finally got to a cast member. Within 10 minutes, I would say, we were headed off to our first ride. They were actually able to, at that time, actually book our first ride.
Okay. So
they book your first ride for you. Okay, great.
Perfect. Let me stop him right there. So
our cast member did. I don't know.
What may not be every cast member can do that. They probably made an exception. So let me stop you there. So from the time that you entered the gates to the time that you got out of that DAS service line, we'll just say 45 minutes.
40, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, in that 45 minutes, what else could you guys have done after you entered the park? Probably taken a picture with the characters, maybe gone down Main Street, got a photo pass, got something to drink, maybe already been in line for your first ride, right?
Yep.
So, with the new Disney Genie service coming, DAS is going to change the game for DAS. So, you'll be able to enroll, I believe,
Here we go, Corey.
30 days in advance.
This is for you right now, Corey.
It will be a virtual video conference between you and a Disney cast member. So you're not waiting in line at the parks. And they will qualify you, set up your entire party right then and there over the Disney Genie app, so that when you get to the park, you've already got your first ride. You don't have to stand in that 45-minute line. And guess what happens when you walk under that bridge? You guys get to go get your picture with the castle and go right on to your day. So you've already saved an hour. That morning, Pat and his kid have already picked out their first 2 attractions. They've gotten their return times, and they're set for their day. And they haven't even stepped on property yet. So that's going to be a big game changer just for the DAS.
Pay attention, Corey.
So that's what I want to point out.
We're literally talking to you right now. This is how it's going to roll out, but you have to wait for the Genie to roll out. We are all waiting. We don't know a specific day yet. We do know that it's upcoming in the next few weeks, is what they've told us. So
it will be out before the 1st of October for sure.
Yeah.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. We want to help everybody that we possibly can. That's all we're here for. We're just here to help. That's all we're doing. Just here to help. And obviously, Pat has.
So you're no longer going to have to go ride to ride to ride to get your DAS. So once you redeem your first one, it's just like the Genie. You go in and say, okay, this is the next one, and it's going to give you a return window. So that's going to save a whole bunch of time, because I can tell you just the matter of times I've seen the line just for DAS access is equal to the line for the standby queue.
Right.
Like,
absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, you wait 30 minutes to get a return time, and then your return time is an hour long, but the wait time is only 45 minutes. Like,
right.
You know what I mean? Like, so that's really going to be a huge game changer, I think.
Oh, and it's definitely going to save you a lot more time as well, because there were definitely we were at one end of the park, walked all the way to the other end of the park to get the time to return, because our plan was to work our way to it, and then we'd have to go meet back up with the rest of the group.
Exactly.
Sure.
Right. So it's more time that you have to get some family and more time.
And so like Darren says right now, that would be so cool. It is so cool. So this is another part of this whole Genie Plus that's really going to help so many people. And these are the things that people aren't seeing. They're just saying 15 minutes. Now it's a paid thing. Now it's this. You got to slow down. You got to slow down. Yeah. At Disney, you got to slow down. You have to realize that planning is so important for Disney, and we are all free. All of our services are completely free, everybody, just so you know. Everything that we do, everything that we plan, most of it's a lot of it's Disney, not most of it, but a lot of it's Disney. But this is the stuff that we want you guys to understand, that there's so much more to everything. You gotta slow down for a minute and just hear what's happening, because like Disney is doing right now, they're really giving you so much more than you're paying for. So much more. Right. Forget the price of things. For $15, who cares? The services that they're giving you and the amount of wait times that you're not going to experience anymore. Time is money. Okay. Time is money. The Toy, one of my favorite movies. I think it was 1984. That movie came out. I loved it. I knew it verbatim. I know every single word in that movie. The number one thing in that movie, time is money. Time is money. Forget $15 to be able to do what Pat just said in advance now, and not wait 45 minutes with somebody who may have some emotional troubles and things like that, to wait in those lines. I'm sure that line, Pat. I mean,
just
we
to
just
wait to get into it. Yeah.
For 30 seconds before we came online today, you experienced some waiting that wasn't taking place. You know what I mean? But that
it definitely added to the delay in my coming back online.
But that's fine. But it helped you, right? And it'll help so many other people.
And he's not paying any extra for that service. That's free.
Nope.
That doesn't cost the $15 a day extra. That's complimentary. So, yeah, like Nate says, you're going to get a lot more stuff. And ultimately, the more people that use the Genie, just the free service, right? The more people that use this, the better the system's going to get, the more it's going to learn, because it's artificial intelligence. And ultimately, in the long run, the less busy the parks will seem. Because if everybody's following the AI and it's steering people, and Disney is taking control of the car, so to speak, they can navigate a lot better than you can.
100%. This is
when you're going this way and somebody else is going that way and that way and that way. No, if everybody's in just synchrony, just the entire way, right?
If they can help you get around those wait times, that's what this is about. Not to steer. They don't want to steer, 70,000 people to one ride. They want to steer 5,000 people here, 600 people there, 10,000. Like, they're trying to spread this out and make it more seamless for everyone. Like, this really is a cool thing.
I really think the biggest tell will be if you see Peter Pan wait times under 75 minutes.
Oh, absolutely.
You see that wait time.
Avatar, everything, right? So, yeah. I really think it's going to be a game changer, because unlike FastPass, right, it's not going to be available to everybody that wants it. It's a pay-to-pay service. So it will just limit that window a little further. FastPass won't be as popular, or Lightning Lane in this case, as the original FastPass. So Standby is still going to continue to move like it has been. And they've already said that virtual queue is here to stay, and it's going to be implemented on even more attractions. So, and it won't be all the time. It will be in those times where they need to adjust and, control that crowd, right? So a good example over at the other theme park, Universal, Hagrid's is sometimes virtual, sometimes it's not. They only do it when the line gets out of control. So that's going to be the same thing for things like Remy, for Seven Dwarfs. When the line gets out of control because of either lightning or whatever reason, then they can use virtual queue to manage it, return times. This is going to make things so much more convenient and so much less stressful for a Disney trip. And I can't
people
wait
helping
to
people.
Learn more. Yep.
People helping people.
Before we go, I know we've been talking about Disney Genie for 50 minutes straight. There's been another big announcement that just dropped yesterday, effective today, and that's regarding masks. So Disney is forever changing their mask policy seems like every week now.
Modifying. I wouldn't say changing. I would say modifying, because
loosening.
There's one word every time. There's one or
comma,
2 words.
A period, right.
A period. Yep. I had to pause here, and now what does this mean? Go ahead, Mark.
Yes. So here's the new official wording from Disney. Face coverings
have
been...
Real quick, Mark and I had to talk about this for like 12 minutes before we came on the stream, just so we knew exactly, because it was like,
it's so vague.
It? Or it's that. Okay.
So
but
listen
up.
Let me reiterate. Since May, face coverings have been optional for guests in outdoor common areas, and beginning today, Thursday, August 19th, face coverings will also be optional for guests in outdoor attractions, outdoor queues, and outdoor theaters at the Walt Disney World Resort. As a reminder, face coverings remain required for all guests ages 2 and up, while indoors and in Disney buses, monorail, and the Disney Skyliner, regardless of vaccination status. So, let's talk about those 3 areas.
Yes.
Outdoor attractions, outdoor queues, and outdoor theaters. Let's start with outdoor theaters. Pretty simplistic, right? Phantasmic, outdoor theater, even though it's not open yet. Beauty and the Beast, outdoor theater. Indiana Jones, outdoor theater. Frozen Ever After, indoor theater. Okay? So just to show you the difference, right? So all those first 3 ones, no mask.
Laugh floor, indoor theater.
Indoor theater. Yep. So Frozen, laugh floor, mask up. Okay? Simple enough. Outdoor attractions, outdoor queues.
This is the problem that Mark and I are having right now.
We'll do a comparison.
This is the problem.
Tomorrowland Speedway, outdoor attraction, no face covering. Okay? Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin. Outdoor queue, indoor attraction.
Right.
When do I have to put my face mask on? Once I hit that door that I enter the building, or as soon as I enter the queue?
People mover.
People mover. Outdoor attraction, outdoor queue.
Only inside of Space Mountain?
Goes inside a building.
Yeah.
It goes inside a Space Mountain, a indoor building, for 30 to 60 seconds, depending if it breaks down or not. So, again, do I have to wear my face covering only when I enter the corridor to go inside a Space Mountain, and I can remove it when I exit this corridor of Space Mountain while on the People Mover? Or do I have to wear it from the time I enter the queue? It's very vague, right? So it's not black and white. It's black with a hint of gray. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you do, but you don't. And it just started today. So obviously we don't have a real, thumb on the pulse of what's happening. I'll be there next week, so I'll be able to get a little bit more of a, inkling of how they're enforcing this rule. But it just brings up a question of, okay, what defines an outdoor attraction and an outdoor queue? Does the entire attraction have to be outdoors? Because if that's the definition, there's not really one attraction that is completely outdoors.
So to touch on what Mark is saying right now, the problem that Disney had today, and this has been all over social media, is that Splash Mountain. Splash Mountain is considered an indoor attraction. And for the most part it is, until you hit that,
that falls.
That drop. Okay? Because the first 2 drops are inside in Disney World. Okay? The first 2 drops are inside. There's nothing outside. It's all, but then once you get outside, are you allowed to take it off right before your picture gets taken and you go down that, so I'm not going to talk for Disney either way, but I'm sure that they're watching all of this, right? Not us, but watching it right now saying, are people doing this? Are people not? Because if it's on social media, Disney is 10 steps ahead of us. You know what I mean?
They've already seen it.
10 steps ahead of Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, everything. So I'm sure that just like the Ohana menu, not to completely skew us off, but it's like, no noodles, none of this. I want the old menu back. And now the old menu is back at Ohana. I'm just saying that
they know.
We're not trying to overthrow Disney, but they do take what everybody says very seriously. And that's why I didn't really appreciate social media today. Everybody saying, don't pay for Disney Plus. Tell them you're not going to do this. No, Disney, excuse me, not Disney Plus, Genie Plus.
Genie Plus, yeah.
Yeah, right. But it's like Genie Plus does way more than help you and get you on rides and things like that. So
what I know from Genie Plus, I'd take that over the free Fast Pass any day of the week.
Oh, I'm on it 100%. I'm on it, even though I'm moving there in 3 weeks. I'm on Genie Plus 110%. I think it's an amazing deal. Amazing.
And let me just tell you, as pass holders, we're technically getting screwed the most. But let me just tell you, Disney will take all of the criticism and all of the feedback from pass holders, and they will modify it. I guarantee you, by the time, I would say even summer, maybe even sooner of next year, they modify this whole Genie Plus system for pass holders to get some kind of a discount.
I bet it's before October.
Could be. Maybe they come out with a new tiered annual pass system where you get so many lightning passes a day.
There you go. See now, outside you got to think outside the box. Disney is not oh, we'll let this go for a year and see what happens. They didn't even let Ohana go for 3 weeks before they brought everything back, except for Pog Juice. Apparently, nothing at Walt Disney World is going to have Pog anymore. It's gone.
Really? I wonder if they lost their supplier.
There's a lot of things going on at Disney right now with all of that stuff, but it was a big juice manufacturer that was doing Pog, but you can't get it on property anywhere right now. Actually,
I saw somebody post it. They found it at their local Costco. I forgot where it was.
Yeah, Costco has it's like Sunshine Farms or something like ridiculous like a house brand. Yeah,
that's what
you can't.
No, I was gonna say when everything shut down, we started just making it our own. So
you can
find orange juice and guava.
Yep, so, and there are some off brands where you got to mix it and do all that stuff. But simple syrup is the same way. But we don't have to get into that on this show.
It's a different conversation.
That's a Sunday night show.
Or is it a Thursday night show?
What was the other third topic that you said we wanted to cover? And now that it just slipped my mind because we talked about Genie for 45 minutes.
All right, AM Resorts.
AM Resorts. Okay, so AM Resorts, for those of you who are familiar with the brand, those are the ones like Dream, Zoetree, Sunscape, Now, Breathless.
All the all-inclusives over in Cancun that all my clients go to. Yeah, just to let you know, it has been bought out by an H.
So they announced a acquisition by Hyatt Hotels Group. So long story short, AM Resorts is going to stay AM Resorts for now until the time being. Right. But it just means that they're going to become a part of a bigger umbrella and have opportunities for more resorts, more destinations, more options. More. So, and being that they're going into that bigger umbrella, it could even mean more savings, more opportunities for savings, right? So if you got less competition, you can undercut them a lot more. You know what I'm saying? So
See, there we go.
So there's a bright side to everything, and there's more news coming about it. I wish we had more news, but for all we know, that it is in the process of happening. It's got to go through all kinds of regulations and stuff. You know how every kind of acquisition happens, but
also you have to understand that it's international at this point. It's not just worldwide. Going to Colorado or something like that. We're talking about crossing barriers. We're talking about going international, but still, if you're looking for a trip or something like that, AM Resorts, Charisma, like it's ridiculous how inexpensive you can take a vacation that's all inclusive right now. $563 per person for 5 nights. 5 with flights, all inclusive. Like I can't stress this anymore. It's silly how inexpensive it is.
Starting at flight. Put that asterisk out there. Starting at, depending on where you depart.
I mean, hey man. Okay. Well, you're closer, so it's less for you.
Yeah, it probably would be cheaper because I'm going out of DFW and Mexico. Literally, is 2 hours, 20 minutes flying time. So it's not even a joke.
It's just under 3 hours from PWI or Dulles or something like that. But still, for $500, $600 a person. Look, bring me to an all-inclusive. Show me all-inclusive. I will show you the person who maximizes it. Okay.
Yep. Now, before we go, I know that we haven't really had any news come out of the other theme park, Universal, but just so people are aware, Halloween Horror Nights is in full swing this year. They are dropping,
and they said it's the scariest one ever. They said this. Yes. They said don't go if you're scared at all. If you can't deal with any of the horror movies, you shouldn't go. Like they literally are telling people, maybe that's not a good idea for you.
Every one of their marketing materials has a big sticker on it that says warning. This is no joke. It's scary.
Yeah. Oh no, they're going full board at you this time. I mean, besides cutting your head off, they're right. Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Fright passes are available. Tickets are available. Unfortunately, there's no Florida resident discount for Halloween Horror Nights, but they are selling out certain event nights quickly. The closer you get to Halloween, of course, just like with the Disney's Boo Bash stuff. But there are plenty of hotel reservations still available with the special promotional 1 night included of Halloween Horror Nights. So if you want to go and just do 1 night, I think it's a minimum 4-night stay with a 4-day ticket package, and you get 1 night of Halloween.
You only
Horror
need
Nights.
1 night. Come on.
Only
Who's
need 1
seen
night?
Annabelle? I can only do Annabelle for 2 hours.
forget
what I mean?
Jack the Clown. That's it. I don't like
Right?
clowns. So yeah.
Me neither. No one does. That's why it's Jack the Clown. He just is, the whole graphic is him going because he's going to tear your face off. Yeah.
Yeah. I really wish I could go see it this year, but I've already got other plans to go to the Mouse. So, but you never know. If my November plans get canceled, I'll maybe try to sneak over and do one night of Halloween Horror Nights and come stay with Nate and them for a couple days. So we'll see.
Come on. So, yeah. So again, Nate, this guy, hello.
Hey.
Neverland Nate is moving to Disney, and actually Mark and I were doing some math today. 3 weeks from today, I will be living in the Orlando proper area.
Yeah, he will be a Floridian, a grand Floridian.
Oh boy.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, I do scary, but then I'm like, hey, like I'm scared now. At Halloween Horror Nights, they're like, oh, are you? You just walked in.
I'm afraid I would punch somebody and get kicked out. That's just what I'm afraid I would do. Like they just take it a little too far. But
yeah. The new drunk Disney dad, Sean, he used to work there, so he has told us some very. I mean, it is. They don't touch you. They don't like. It's not like. But
they get up in your face.
Oh, in your face when it melts, and then they're like, and then they stomp on it, and they're like, "No, you're not done yet." See, I'm telling you, Darren, it's no joke. If you're into that scare stuff, if you're into it, I mean, there's no other place but Universal. Like
it is the premier haunted house place in the U.S. I think is
right.
Like hands down.
I'll be honest, never been.
I haven't either, but I want to go.
It's such on my bucket list because honestly, I love going to that stuff.
Well, if we don't do it this year, next year, guys, October, Halloween Horror Nights, the three of us, let's do it.
So, Pat, what would be your like? Nah, I'm out now. Like, what would they have to do to you for you to be like, I can't anymore? Like, I got to leave right now because this is like, how bad did they have to scare you? Like, how many chainsaws? How many? I would say
the
zombies?
Chainsaw would have to be real.
No, it's real. It just doesn't have a blade on it, but you don't know that.
Right?
Well, see, that's the thing.
You just hear and you run.
See, the thing is, I'm like, when I hear it, I'm thinking, oh, that's an air blower. They like, and that's how I get through it because I'm always, oh, that's what they're doing there, and I kind of I take the scary part.
So you can remove yourself from that.
Pretty much. Like honestly, I end up laughing about it and watching everybody else get scared and enjoy that aspect.
Yeah, but can you imagine being at the scariest place on earth? Because apparently this Halloween Horror Nights is the scariest place you could ever possibly imagine.
That's why I want to go to see how I am with it.
Come on, Pat, let's get you there. Let's go. Let's call up the fam or something like that. Let's get you in there. I want to see what happens. And I want you to wear like a GoPro right here the whole time and just be like.
I don't know if they let you do GoPros and stuff in the houses. I don't think they do.
I'll flinch.
Really?
I have no problem admitting I will flinch.
Yeah, because I know for a lot of the houses you got to go through the metal detectors like you do like at the rides. They make sure you don't.
But I've seen some of those pictures that they take and they're like, here's from Halloween Horror Nights, and those people are like literally just like wetting themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you go into the next room and it's just like.
Yeah.
See, I want to know, but I also don't want to have a heart attack. You know what I mean? Like I'm torn right now. Like I'd love to go experience it.
Go.
But then what happens? Yeah, right. Exactly. Maybe that's the move, man. Maybe that's the move.
Maybe it is. So to kind of recap, folks, we talked about the new Disney Genie, the elephant in the room, so to speak. We are going to come back again in the next week or so with more information. We'll have a better breakdown on cost.
Yes. Next week we'll have all the info.
Yep. Yeah. So feel free to join us again next week if you have questions about Disney Genie, Disney Genie Plus, the new DAS service. Please ask them, write them down, shoot us an email, send us a message. We will include those in our discussion for next week, and we will do our homework and our due diligence to make sure we learn everything there is to know about the new Disney Genie service so that when it launches later this year, you guys will be ready to use it. So, yes, sir.
And I definitely want Corey to come back because I want to be able to update you on the DAS as well as Pat. I'm sure we'll have some answers as well. We would love to talk to you more about like what's going to happen. Oh, there she is. There, hey, Corey. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it. We're just trying to give everybody updates and let everybody know what's going on. But please come back next week. We'll have so much more information because we both, all three of us have webinars that we're going to sit through and watch this. All right, sweet. Thank you. Definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, I was going to say, Corey, if you need to, feel free to email me if you have any questions as far as the my experiences personally with the DAS as well. I'd love to elaborate more with anything you need.
Yep. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you again real soon. And for those on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends. Have a magical evening.
Mahalo.
Congaloosh.